Hi, welcome back to another installment of The Kitchen Vixen. I'm your host, Elizabeth Brown, registered dietitian, and as promised, I'm here to talk to you today about aphrodisiacs in zinc. So what is an aphrodisiac? An aphrodisiac is anything that gets you going, anything that gets you stimulated, anything that turns you on. It could be a picture, it could be a food, it could be an object, even a bottle of water because of the shape. That might work for you. We're going to focus on food today. I'm going to make you a salad, something simple, that's full of antioxidants and full of aphrodisiacs, as promised. But I also mentioned zinc. So what is it about zinc? Well, to bring up that point, I first want to talk to you about one of the best-known aphrodisiacs, which is an oyster. Oysters are known aphrodisiacs. If a guy orders oysters, he's got one thing on his mind. So it's easy. Then, if you order oysters in the presence of a woman, she knows what you're up to. If she's not on the same page, she might not be feeling it. But if you invite her over for dinner and you serve this aphrodisiac, antioxidant-rich salad that I'm going to show you how to prepare, she may not know, okay? But what is it about oysters? Oysters are the richest source of zinc known to man. 12 milligrams for one little oyster. And just to put things into perspective, you only need about 8 milligrams of zinc a day for women and 11 milligrams for men. And what is it about zinc? So zinc is involved in a chemical reaction in every single cell in the body. Every organ somewhere along the line will incorporate zinc. Zinc is especially important for a lot of the antioxidant reactions that go on in the body. It's part of your own body's natural antioxidant defense system. But it's also responsible for sperm production. So if you're mildly zinc deficient, then your sperm production could be down, which means your libido could be down, but it's highly unlikely because one of the next to most richest sources of zinc is red meat. So unless you're vegetarian, male, you're probably not zinc deficient, but if you think you are, eat an oyster and you're good to go. So that's obvious. So we're going to start making our salad, and what I do is I use 2 separate bowls to prepare the salad because I like the presentation effect as opposed to tossing it all together. And I add equal parts of apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and honey, about 2 teaspoons each. Now, a lot of vinaigrette recipes call for more oil. I like equal portions. I think it balances the flavors nicely. And I use a squeeze bottle for my honey because honey is an aphrodisiac as well. In fact, honey, well, it can be an aphrodisiac because it's sweet, because you have it in a squeeze bottle. You use your imagination. Also, if things go well, that olive oil can pull double duty too. So then we're going to add a leafy green. Now first we mix up the dressing with a fork. So it's very simple to prepare. Because then I like to toss the leaves gently and the dressing doesn't all gather on the leaves. It's all pretty much to the bottom of the bowl and you can use more as needed. So then we use a leafy green vegetable. Now you could use romaine lettuce, you could use spinach, you could use those little mesclun greens, but I chose arugula because arugula is known as rocket and it is an aphrodisiac dating back to the 1st century, okay, 1900 years ago. This was considered an aphrodisiac, and it still stood the test of time, so I say go with it. Plus, its peppery flavor really complements the other sweet flavors that we're going to use in this recipe. So I just toss it gently with the dressing, and then I squeeze a little lemon because I always feel like a little bit of extra antioxidants go a long way. Plus, lemon helps to pull all the flavors together, similar to what salt would do, but we're trying not to use too much salt. We don't want water retention. This is a very cleansing type pre-coital aphrodisiac salad. Okay. Then we add a zinc-rich food. Remember, I said oysters were rich in zinc. They are the richest source, and it's obvious. It's obvious why you're eating them. We're trying to be subtle, men or women, whoever. And we're adding about half an ounce of pine nuts. Okay. So pine nuts contain 2 milligrams of zinc for every ounce. We're only adding a half an ounce to each, which is a nice handful of pine nuts. Just a little bit of zinc. Again, most people aren't zinc deficient. If you think you are, you can look for other zinc-rich foods. Nuts, seeds, beans, whole grains are very good for zinc. Remember, I talked about that at our last presentation. And then we're going to add another well-known aphrodisiac. These are fruit nipples. I'm not kidding you. Berries. Raspberries and blackberries are called fruit nipples. Do you see the association? Plus, they're very delicate, as is, So, you want to treat them delicately. In fact, they're not in season for very long, and it's hard to buy frozen ones that are intact. So what you can do is when you buy them in season, Make sure you pick them apart, put them on a paper towel on a plate and cover them with plastic and consume them within 2 days. But if you don't, you can freeze them on a cookie sheet, and then you can have them to enjoy all year round and make your aphrodisiac salad as many times as it takes until you get it right. And that's what I did. I saved these from the summer. So you place about half a cup of each of the berries around the salad. It adds wonderful color and lots of antioxidants. An antioxidant called an anthocyanin. Cyan, the word in that antioxidant, represents the blue, red, purple groups. And those are some of the richest antioxidants known to man. That's why all those juices are so popular. They're rich in anthocyanins. You don't have to buy them from across the world. You can get them in your own backyard. Blackberry bushes all around our yard. So I always ate them. They're wonderful. So, the last ingredient, which most women would consider the pièce de résistance, which is French for it's the bomb, is dark chocolate. All women pretty much love chocolate. And you can just shave a little bit of dark chocolate on your salad, which really adds nice, gentle sweetness, color, texture, and flavor to the salad. Just a little bit goes a long way. Nice chocolate without going overboard. And I always buy my chocolate in big bars because that way I'll be less tempted to eat it aside from when I'm using it in recipes. It's hard to take a big bite out of this bar. So there you go. There's your aphrodisiac salad. A little bit of olive oil, apple cider vinegar and dressing, a nice cup or two of arugula rocket for the greens, the pine nuts for that zinc source, the fruit nipples, raspberries and blackberries, and a little bit of dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is also rich in an antioxidant called an epicatechin, like you get from tea and red wine. Now, if that doesn't work, one other thing I like to try as a woman is a little bit of coconut oil. Of course, you can use this in your recipes, and we'll try it another time, but a little bit on your skin makes everyone feel like they're at the beach or in Hawaii, and that's a very romantic fragrance. So, there's your meal meant for romance, a meal of aphrodisiacs. A votre santé, that's French. It means to your health. Cheers.